Can you believe that on a freezing winter night in 2014, in a tiny 8 square meter rented room in Shanghai with no heater, a 6-year-old man sat curled up on the floor, his left leg wrapped in thick bandages, holding a bottle of heavy painkillers, crying hysterically while calling his mom at 3 a.m. "Mom, I can't walk anymore. My legs are completely broken. It hurts so much. I just want to die and end this pain." On the other end of the line, 2,000 kilometers away in Chengdu, his mother only managed to say one sentence before choking. "Son, I sold our house so you could study ballet. If you die now, how am I supposed to live?" He hung up, threw the bottle against the wall, it shattered, he buried his face in his hands and screamed until he cried, until he passed out on the ice-cold floor, blood from old wounds seeping through the bandages again. That young man was Luo Yunxi, the same man who today owns $30 million, is called the most beautiful male god in CBiz by hundreds of millions, appears on Forbes power lists, and is paid millions by Chanel just to hold a bag, yet almost no one knows how 11 years of professional ballet destroyed his body beyond repair. From the age of 5, he trained on point 12 to 14 hours a day, suffered 7 broken metatarsals, tore his left knee ligaments 3 times, has had herniated discs since he was 17, chronic Achilles tendonitis, had to inject painkillers every single day just to walk straight. He once said in a rare 2023 interview, "Some days I danced until blood filled my shoes, but the teacher only said coldly, 'Wipe it and keep dancing. Real men don't cry. Cry and you're out.'" When he debuted with J-Boy 3 in 2010, he was already carrying 5 unhealed injuries. Every jump made his bones crack. His management company forced him to sign a 10-year contract that was nothing less than modern slavery. No more than 3 days off a year, no right to refuse any schedule even with 40-degree fever, fixed salary, only 8,000 yuan a month, no matter how many shows he did from dawn till 2 a.m. In 2012, the company suddenly disbanded the group and pushed him into acting without asking. He had no right to say no. In 2014, while filming his very first drama, he fell from a 3-meter wire because of a complicated ballet move, broke 2 left ribs, suffered a mild punctured lung and pleural effusion. Doctors ordered at least 1 year of complete rest. The company gave him exactly 10 days, then forced him back on set, injecting triple-dose painkillers so he could stand in front of the camera. The pain was so bad he couldn't sleep, had to take sleeping pills on top of it. Some nights he woke up on the floor after rolling around in agony. That night in 2014, he swallowed half the bottle of painkillers. If his mother hadn't called at the exact right second, he wouldn't be alive today. After that night, he silently endured 6 more years under that slave contract. Every time he smiled brightly on stage or on set, only he knew that every single step felt like 1,000 knives stabbing his bones. Some days the pain was so intense, he had to bite a towel so the crew wouldn't hear him scream. He once said, "The day the pain finally stops is the day I die." From the little ballet boy who broke his feet 7 times yet still stood up, to the flawless actor that all of Asia worships today, Luo Yunxi paid with his own blood and tears. And what he had to go through afterwards was even darker. After that night in 2014, when he almost died, Luo Yunxi still had to keep living like a walking corpse for the remaining 6.5 years of his slave contract. In 2015, he took a supporting role in My Sunshine with Janice Mann. The first time the audience truly noticed him, ratings went through the roof, his Weibo gained 3 million followers in a single month, yet almost none of the pay reached his pocket. The old agency took everything, leaving him only 6,000 yuan a month, even though the drama earned hundreds of millions. He still lived in a cramped 6-person dorm with a shared bathroom down the hall, ate expired instant noodles. Some days he had no money for food and went hungry to set. His assistant had to secretly stuff bread into his coat pockets. In 2017, when Ashes of Love started filming, he was already carrying 7 old injuries, plus 2 freshly broken ribs, needed 3 painkiller shots a day just to stand in front of the camera. Some days the pain was so bad he arrived on set in a wheelchair, yet still smiled the moment the camera rolled. Director Lin Yufeng later revealed behind the scenes, one day while shooting a wire scene 5 meters up, he passed out from pain mid-air. The safety wires cut deep into his skin, blood poured down, the whole crew panicked. But when he came to, he only smiled, apologized, and said keep rolling. No one dared stop because the company fined 5 million yuan for every delayed day. When the drama aired in 2018, it exploded with over 120 billion views. He became an A-list star overnight. Weibo gained 15 million followers in 2 months. The hashtag number Shufeng stayed #1 for 60 days straight. Yet his monthly salary remained 8,000 yuan. The old agency still sucked up every cent from ads, dramas, endorsements, even forced him to sign an additional clause banning relationships for 5 years to maintain the pure male god image. Violation meant a 20 million yuan penalty. He wasn't allowed to object even once, only dared text his mom. Mom, I'm so tired. In 2019, while filming a new project, he fell down hotel stairs when his back pain flared up again. L4-L5 herniated disc severely compressing the nerve. Doctors said emergency surgery or he could be paralyzed. The company gave him exactly 5 days off, then forced him back to shoot commercials for a major brand. He had to lie on his side in the hotel bed while his assistant injected painkillers straight into his spine so he could walk. Some days the pain was so intense he bit a towel so the photographer wouldn't hear him scream. His assistant later said he cried until the pillow was soaked. Some nights he couldn't sleep from the pain, opened Weibo and read millions of comments calling him perfect male god, flawless angel. He only gave a sad smile, turned off the phone and told himself, if they knew how much pain I'm in, knew I need shots every day just to walk, they wouldn't call me a god anymore, they'd call me a cripple. In 2020, Love is Sweet was another massive hit. Ratings shattered records, over 45 billion views. Yet he still had no money, still lived in the same old dorm, still ate instant noodles, still needed daily injections. The old agency even forced him to sign 3 more years of unpaid endorsement deals just to keep the clean image for brands. Refusal meant a 30 million yuan fine. He once told his only close friend in the industry, "The thing I fear most is the day the pain finally stops, because that will mean I no longer feel anything, no longer human." By 2021, with only 1 year left on the contract, he had lost 12 kilos in 3 months from severe depression, eyes sunken, hair falling out in clumps, had to secretly see a therapist in a tiny clinic in Pudong, Shanghai. Not daring to let anyone know because the company would fine him, his mother flew from Chengdu to stay with him for a whole month, cooked minced pork porridge for him every day, heard him cry in the bathroom every single night until the hot water ran out, and he still wouldn't come out. And the darkest secret of all is still waiting ahead, never fully revealed. In 2021, with less than 12 months left on the slave contract, Luo Yunxi officially entered the darkest period of his entire life. He lost 14 kilos in just 4 short months, dropping from 60 to 46. His shoulder blades jutted out as if they would pierce the skin. His collarbones were so sharp that makeup needed 4 layers to cover the hollows. His eyes were sunken black, hair fell out in large clumps, to the point he wore beanies even in summer. He suffered severe depression, chronic insomnia. Some days the whole crew waited 6 or 7 hours because he couldn't get out of bed. His assistant had to carry him from bed to car. He only whispered, "Sorry everyone," before passing out again from exhaustion. The private psychiatrist in Shanghai told his mother privately, "If this continues for a few more months, he will harm himself a second time, and this time there will be no saving him." The old company knew everything, but only sent a cold text. "Do not let it leak. If the press finds out, the fine is 50 million yuan and all schedules canceled." They forbade him from resting, forbade him from talking to the press, even forbade his mother from staying more than 2 hours a week. His mother had to fly secretly from Chengdu, stay at a friend's house, climb through the dorm window at midnight just to cook him a bowl of thin porridge. Some nights she held him and sobbed, "Son, I've sold all my wedding gold. Let me buy you out, please." He only shook his head, voice hoarse. "Just 8 more months. Mom, I can endure. I won't let you lose anything more." In 2022, Till the End of the Moon started filming, he had to play 3 versions of the same character at once. Tan Tai Jin, the devil god, and Kang Ju-min, 18 to 20-hour shooting days, nights memorizing 40 to 50 pages of dialogue, more high-dose painkillers, 5 total collapses on set. The worst one required on-site emergency. Blood pressure dropped to 70/40. Bailu later revealed in a 2024 interview, "Some days he was shaking from pain, face white as paper, yet he still held my hand, smiled, and said, 'Don't worry, keep rolling. Don't let the crew wait.'" Their chemistry exploded. Number Luo Yunxi Bailu trended nonstop for 4 months. The old company immediately issued an ultimatum. All private interaction banned, joint interviews banned, private photos banned. Violation meant 30 million yuan pay cut and all scenes deleted. Dating rumors were crushed before they even hatched. The public only saw him getting thinner, quieter, smiling less and less genuinely. He started therapy 3 times a week under a fake name, hooded sweatshirt, mask, to a clinic in Shanghai suburbs. Some sessions he sat staring at the rain outside and texted his mom, "Mom, I'm scared that one day I'll forget what my real smile looks like." By late 2022, with only 3 months left on the contract, the company deliberately stalled, spread rumors he had a terminal illness to keep him, tried to force him to sign another 3 cheap years. Everyone thought he would bow his head with no way out, but he stayed silent, quietly hired Beijing's best lawyers, collected 10 years of evidence of exploitation, suppression, gagging, bloodsucking. And then, at exactly 0 on 31 December 2022, the moment the contract officially expired, he posted a Weibo with only 3 words, "I am free." Tens of millions of fans cried online. Nobody knew what he had traded for those 3 words. But the dark story was not over yet. On 1 January 2023, exactly 1 minute after the slave contract officially expired, Luo Yunxi didn't throw a party, didn't go live to celebrate, didn't write a long post. He simply booked the earliest flight back to Chengdu that same night, landed at 5 a.m., ran straight to the old family house his mother had bought back with every yuan he had secretly sent home for 10 years. When his mother opened the door and saw her son standing there, skin and bones, the 2 of them held each other and cried non-stop for a full day and night. She later told local reporters, "My boy was so thin I could feel only bones when I hugged him, his face pale as paper, but he smiled. The first real smile I had seen from him in 10 years, a smile so bright his tears flowed backward." 3 months later, in April 2023, he officially opened Luo Yunxi Studio. 100% his own boss, choosing his own scripts, controlling his own schedule, paying salaries to a team of 40, building a new office in Shanghai with a private gym and recording studio so he could film and rehabilitate at the same time. He quietly sued the old company, demanding compensation for 8 full years of stolen pay, stolen endorsements, stolen everything. The lawsuit dragged until March 2025. He won completely, received a 9-figure settlement, yet never revealed the exact amount. He silently sent half back home to build schools for poor children in Sichuan and set up a charity foundation in his mother's name with the rest. The same year, Till the End of the Moon aired and shattered records with 72 billion views in 3 months. He took home Best Actor at Weibo Night 2023, stood on stage and said only one sentence that made millions cry. "Thank you to the most painful years, because they taught me how precious the word freedom truly is." In 2024, he reduced painkiller shots from 3 a day to 1 a week, gained back 10 kilos, for the first time in 15 years, slept 8 straight hours without sleeping pills, for the first time dared to take off his shirt in front of the mirror without being afraid of the old scars. He started training 5 days a week, took landscape photos, adopted 2 calico cats named Little Thing and Little Tuo, posted them on Weibo with a simple caption, "My life is only truly beginning now. Thank you all for waiting for me. In November 2025, Whispers of Fate aired simultaneously on Tencent and CCTV. Highest ratings of the year. Merchandise sold over 8 million pieces in the first 7 days. He was invited as Chanel's Asia-Pacific Global Ambassador, appeared at Paris Fashion Week for the first time with a radiant smile that wore no mask at all. For the first time, stood in front of cameras and said loudly, "I'm no longer afraid of pain because I have already hurt to the absolute limit. And when you've hurt that much, the only choice left is to stand up. And once you stand up, nothing in this world can pull you down again." His net worth is estimated to have reached $30 million, yet he still lives simply, still drives his old Porsche himself, still eats boxes of spicy Sichuan noodles. His mother mails him, still video calls her every night at exactly 9 p.m., still replies to fans in the same warm voice as day one, still quietly funds 3 more schools back home. In his October 2025 Vogue interview, he said, "I don't blame anyone. Not even the old company, because without those 10 years of chains, I would never have known how priceless freedom is." From the little ballet boy who broke his bones 7 times, from the young man who once wanted to die from pain, to the free and powerful 7-year-old male god of today, Luo Yunxi rewrote his entire life with his own suffering. And now he is truly ready to keep walking very, very far. This is the 100% true story of Luo Yunxi. From the 5-year-old boy in Chengdu who stood on point until blood filled his shoes yet didn't dare cry because he was afraid of being kicked out of class. From the 17-year-old teenager who broke the bones in his foot for the 7th time yet gritted his teeth and kept dancing because he didn't want his mother to sell anything more to support his ballet dream. From the 26-year-old man curled up in an 8 square meter rented room in freezing Shanghai, clutching a bottle of heavy painkillers, sobbing to his mom at 3 a.m. "Mom, I can't take it anymore. It hurts so much. I just want to die and be done with it." From the 10 full years chained by a slave contract, every cent sucked dry, forbidden to date, forbidden to speak, forbidden to rest even one day, forced to smile for the cameras while inside he only wanted to collapse, from the times he fainted on set, from the daily injections driven straight into his bones, from the nights of severe depression that made him lose 14 kilos in 4 months, from the nights his mother had to climb through the dorm window just to cook him a bowl of porridge, to the year 2025, 37 years old, standing on the Weibo night stage holding the Best Actor trophy, eyes red as he looked down at tens of thousands applauding, and saying only one sentence that silenced the entire hall. "Thank you to the pain, because it taught me to treasure the word freedom more than anything in this world." From 8,000 yuan monthly salary, from a 6-person dorm eating expired instant noodles, from the young man who once nearly took his own life because of pain, to $30 million in the bank, to his own fully independent studio, to choosing his own roles, to being paid millions by Chanel just to hold a bag, to quietly building schools for poor children in Sichuan with the very compensation money from the company that exploited him for 10 years. He never had a powerful family, never had a sugar daddy, never used scandals to rise. He only had one thing: he never gave up. While others slept, he trained ballet until he bled. While others cried, he smiled and kept filming. While others fell from pain, he gritted his teeth and stood up an 8th time, a 9th time. This is not a fairy tale. This is 100% reality. This is living proof that you don't need a famous background, you don't need connections, you don't need luck from heaven. All you need is to stand up when your foot is broken the 7th time, to keep smiling when the whole world calls you nothing but a pretty vase, to survive the darkest night. Then from 8,000 yuan a month, you too can reach $30 million. And most importantly, still be yourself, still call your mom every night, still smile genuinely like the very first day. Remember this name, Luo Yunxi, the ballet boy who broke his bones 7 times and turned pain into strength, turned tears into light, turned 10 years of chains into wings of freedom today. And if today you are hurting, crying, ready to give up, remember the one thing Luo Yunxi has proven with his entire life. Don't stop, because the day you stand at the top, the whole world will fall silent and applaud. Thank you for listening to the very last second. If this story touched your heart, leave a like. Comment from 8,000 yuan to $30 million, and share so others believe they can do it too. Now stand up and keep walking, just like Luo Yunxi did.